All right, good day. This is Coach Big Pete of Deep Dish Football. This is a little bit of an intro, a re-intro to anyone that's new, a re-intro into uh, the recruiting advice and all other stuff that I have made videos of. Be sure you check it out on YouTube, Coach Big Pete Deep Dish Football, or on Facebook, the Facebook page of Deep Dish Football. Be sure you follow Coach Big Pete and Deep Dish Football on Twitter, Facebook. Also on Instagram. My email again is coachbigpetefp@gmail.com if you have any questions. So let's get started. My name is Peter Lineweber. I prefer Peter. Lineweber doesn't matter. You can say coach. I don't. I don't like it because I don't coach anymore. I think it's disrespectful to other coaches. So you can call me whatever you want me to, whatever you want to. Um, I coached with Otto Zeman. He was my boss at Westmont High School for 3 years, and one of the best coaches in the state of Illinois. Well-known coach as well. Also played football at Westmont too. Again, most of my videos that I've said, and I'll say this again about recruiting services, free recruiting services like Matt Lemming, it's free. Fill it out. Clint Cosgrove, fill it out. XOS Digital, fill it out. I was going to say Gazy Crowley, but he's now moved on to SIU. But those are free recruiting services. All you got to do is send the information. Now, when I talk about pay for recruiting services, I'm talking about they offer membership gold packages and platinum packages and diamond packages, green packages and yellow packages and everything else in the world. They are a scam. No college coaches use that. Only the college coaches pay for like a Clint Cosgrove, a Matt Lemming, that type of stuff. But when we talk about pay for recruiting services, it's all a scam. It goes straight in the garbage of college coaches. They do not care. And the best way for you to get out your name, and for parents, please understand, is for you to fill out the free recruiting questionnaires on college websites. Go to the college website, you go to the football website, and it has a recruiting questionnaire. You fill it out. That is the best place for exposure. Do not pay for anything. Recruiting is free. Please understand it. Recruiting is free. Please understand that. As I say numerous times. Now we're going to all-star games. There are a lot of all-star games, and a lot of them, if you got it, I'll say this right now. If you have to pay for it, there's some that you pay for that are good, and there's some that you pay for that are just absolutely bad. The only one that I have complete respect for is the Shriners game. I think it's a great game. It goes for a great cause. I think it's the best all-star game in the country. That's my personal feelings. And I really think that the Shriners game is it does something for those kids. And in the 90s, 80s, it was really popular. And then you had all these other brought off all-star games that were just jokes. But the Shriners game is the only all-star game that I recognize that I have my total respect for. Simple as that. And those coaches and what they do. Your best person for high school, for your son to get recruited, and especially players, please understand this, is your high school football coach. Your high school football coach is your only middleman. The trainer, the journalist, the blogger, I'm a blogger, they don't mean crap to a college coach. It is your high school coach. And if you cuss out your high school coach, if you as a parent send a novel to your high school coach of complaints, if you do any of that stuff, it will hurt you in the long run. Your high school coach is your best chance to get recruited. I'm not best, but it helps that you have a positive relationship with your high school football coach. Please understand that. Going to that, we're going into training services. I like all the lineman training services. I have so much respect for all those guys. They talk positive about each other, and that's good. They don't talk crap about, oh, this lineman service, they suck, blah blah blah. They don't do any of that. I have a immense respect for all the lineman training services, and have no problem with that. Other services are good. Again, I do not support any quarterback service because basically they are immature. They do not. They don't say anything positive about each other. It's like a squabble with them, and that's the reason why I do not support any quarterback training services. Um, I also want to point this out too for high school football games as we get into the season. College coaches will visit the high school football games. They will be sent out, and if they see something like a kid basically cussing out his coach, a parent cussing out a coach, or just basically the kid being alone by himself and not being part of the team, those are danger signs to a college coach. And it's something that people must understand that college coaches right now, especially with college football, it is a high tense time. And basically, you're investing into your job. And if you bring a wrong kid and he puts in something wrong on social media or he does something wrong on campus, that coach will be out of a job. Simple as that. So they're looking for, again, the high character kids now are more important than ever, especially in college football. And if there's anything bad, it'll be posted on ESPN.com, and that coaching staff will be gone. So that's why college coaches are paying more attention. Also, and I say this again, Division I football, Division II football, Division III football, and AIA football is all college football, and they should be respected. And JUCO football, all of these levels of football should be respected. They should be respected. They are the same way. And just because you go to Division III camp, one of your kids decides to cuss out the Division III position coach, and you think that, oh, it's okay, he's not going to talk to anyone, he's going to talk to someone. These college coaches have a network. These are trees. These are coaching trees. And the largest branch goes up and can go to a D1 school, can go to a D2 school, can go to an NAIA school, can go to a JUCO school. Everything will be found out, whatever happens at a camp. So if you have a kid that has a bad attitude towards the Division III coach and says, yeah, I'm not interested in Division III football, okay, and he doesn't have a D1 offer and it's December, guess what? Most likely he will be looking at Division III schools. And when that information comes out that he was sort of negative towards that Division III coach, that will come out. And no Division III coach wants that BS. So it's something to understand that all college levels should be respected. These are coaches. They work their ass off. They travel to high schools in the winter to visit, to talk to kids and the coaches. So please do understand that. And that is about it. So just how you know, and this is Coach Big P, Deep Dish Football. Again, recruiting services, pay for recruiting services are nothing but a scam. If you pay for it, you are basically hurting yourself in the long run. It is nothing but a joke. And I've seen it pay for recruiting services. I've seen with the people that they say they talk to, they don't talk to them. And all they do is fill out the recruiting questionnaire of your son and say, yeah, I got to connect with this school. When in actuality, they don't have connections with anything. And there's one thing I want to talk about, recruiting publications. I'm sort of a recruiting publication too, as Publisher 6 for DeepDishFootball.com. We're in the business of selling recruiting porn to college football fans. That's where we get our dollars from. That's where we get our money from. That's where we get our clicks from. And I don't do any of that stuff. But again, that's sort of the business. So when you see certain stories in that, don't believe it. And when we talk about rankings and stars, they don't mean anything to college coaches. They laugh their asses off at it. And you have a lot of publications that have been known for taking money from colleges to give a player an extra star net just to make sure that their class ranking goes up. And that is seen in a publicity way. So basically all it is publicity. It's a publicity stunt. That's all it is. And that's why I was laughing when you got some kids. How can I get the 5th star? Well, if you pick the right school, the school, trust me, they'll take care of it and you'll get the 5th star. So please understand that The stars and rankings do not mean anything. So please don't complain about, well, he'd be ranked in. In fact, the biggest thing right now with parents is on Twitter, on Facebook, complaining about stars and rankings and all that stuff. Is it gives an open view to the coaches on what type of parents they are, how they react, especially how the kid reacts over rankings, and he cusses people out on Twitter and everything else. And that's what I forgot about one thing, just getting into that with parents on social media. Right now, there is being parents are under a microscope on social media and what they say and what they do. And you got parents that basically will go onto a burner Twitter account and basically cuss out their high school team, go up on a message board, cuss out the high school coach, and you know who the parent is. And that's the reason why sometimes that kid is not being recruited, because you know what? That parent, to be honest with you, is a jackass. So it's an ever process with recruiting. But I always say this: the parents that don't know anything about recruiting, that are automatically introduced to recruiting, are better off than the parents that think they know all about recruiting and are total blowhards about it. So please understand that. Again, if you like my work, please follow Coach Big Pete and Deep the Truth Ball on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. My email is coachbigpetefp@gmail.com. And please feel free, if you like my work, to leave a tip. I'll have the PayPal link on the bottom. That money goes to travel fees, maintenance fees for the website and everything else. So please feel free to leave a tip. This has sort of been a reintroduction to Deep Dish Football and Coach Big Pete. Thank you so much and have a lovely day.